Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I got a new build for you, and this is, yeah, not hard to tell, some Golemancer, right? Or how I call it, the Golementalist, since we're Elementalist, right? So yeah, before we go any deeper into this build and how everything works together and blah blah blah, we're just gonna run maps like tier 16. Yeah, let's just forge any kind of tier 16 Guardian map, I guess. And let's see how that works out. Okay, let's just spam some chaos and maybe we get like an 8 modded. Oh wait, 2, 4, 6, 8 modded. That's good. Yeah, who cares? Let's just run any, yeah, or at least this 8 modded tier 16 Guardian map. So this is not like any kind of burial farmer or, yeah, squishy character that we are used to play. Well, basically, the character itself is squishy, but the golems are tanky as hell, man, I tell you. But yeah, all you gotta do is basically press your face rush. Wait, I'm just trapped here somehow. Okay. Basically what you do is just use face rush and just run. Yeah, golems do the rest, basically. So you might have the question now, hey, wait a second, I've seen a ton of flame golems, but no ice golems, so why did you pick ice golems? Yeah, flame golems have more clear speed, and it's more cluster, basically, so... The thing is, when 6 golems or flame golems start to shoot, your FPS will go nuts, really. It's not that enjoyable to play. And since I wanted to go for Uber Elder on this build, yeah, I picked ice golems because they have better single target DPS. Alright, so map mods. What can you not run, basically? You can run everything since you are not doing DPS, right? But you don't wanna do physical reflect maps because your golems will start to kill themselves and... yeah, resummon then every single map pack or something, you just don't want to do that. So physical reflect, I would skip that one. But other than that, just run whatever you want. We're live regenerated, so... basically, what is that? Crap. So maybe no regen maps is not something very great as well, unless you have some flasks or something. Whatever. Yeah. But what I wanted to say, nothing actually. Yeah, we are almost close to the boss. The single target is actually pretty insane. You're gonna see that in a second. And yeah, I think the map clear speed is actually pretty fine. All you gotta do is just dodge. So just run here, take your Orb of Storms for shock and I don't know, like enfeeble and whatever we have. And then you just stand here and wait and just try to not get hit by the falling stones, right? And try to dodge his abilities. But other than that, you see the boss is actually, yeah, dying. Yeah, actually fast, I would say. And there is nothing you gotta do. You just stand here and wait until the loot pops, right? There you go. Yeah, pretty cool showcase, I think. As you see, all my golems survived, so they are pretty tanky. And I've done Uber Elder yesterday, so yeah. Shaper. I'm slowed. I'm slowed! Kill him! Ah! Here, this dude, kill him! He's dead. F me, easiest Uber Elder of my life. That was the easiest Uber Elder. mbXtreme approves. Now give me a Watch as I Jewel or something good. Of course not. A lion pelt, that's all? First of all, before we're gonna start into any deeper, I wanna say thank you to Duffy for posting the builds, because I should explain that. On my streams, I used to play some Burial Chambers and Poet's Pen builds and all that stuff, and the viewers were like a little bit bored of any kind of Poet's Pen builds. So we made a small challenge, right? I said like, okay, you're gonna choose my next build, right? So Duffy, a moderator of mine and a great supporter, posted me 5 builds I've never played before and never touched before, okay? That was like a minor totem build. I think there was like, how was it called? The Hope Shredder, I think, because I never play bow builds. A summoner and I think Poison Molten Strike or something, right? So I've never touched any kind of summoner. So if you're gonna write comments like, yeah, why this, why that, I can't really tell you, man. It's the first summoner I've ever played, and I gotta say, or at least I gotta admit, I wanted to play a summoner for quite some time, but every time I'm choosing a build, I basically go to YouTube and search for a build, and then I just visualize, like, how does it look like, and if it looks like boring, I don't want to play it, right? And this was the case on summoners, because you have, like, I don't know, you have, like, Golemancer, you have, like, skeletons, you have, like, zombies or whatever, like, mages, and what is the next one, the specters, I think, and I don't know how many summoners there are, and yeah, absolutely no idea. But it's basically the same as builds like Flicker Strike and Righteous Fire, so if you never played it, you can't really judge it. So don't judge the book by its cover, man. Because when I saw Golemancer, I was like, dude, that's the most boring thing ever. But man, I love this build. This is such an insane build, a good clear speed, an insane boss DPS. And if you remember, I had a hard time doing Uber Elder on my consecrated path. And yeah, with this one, it took, I think, second try. I think on the first set, when I firstly tried this with the Golemancer, I got like last phase and died under weird circumstances, but whatever. But on the second try, it was just dead. So yeah, I'm blindly following a build guide. I will post the build guide that I followed with the gear and blah, blah, blah in the description below. So credits to the guy that wrote that. Wait a second, I'll just get it over, so we have the credits part of the way. We have 3.4 Primordial Chain Ice Golems, million DPS Snowy Boys, Uber Elder down from Utopian 238. So this is the build that I followed and adjusted a little bit, but yeah, nothing too special actually. Okay, quick coffee. Okay. So, how does this work? I think we're gonna start with the equipment first. Then we go for skill tree and all the other stuff. So, where are we gonna start? Where is the heart piece? Actually, this time around, we're gonna start with the skill tree, because this is actually the mandatory thing on this build, so the Golems does damage, because equipment-wise, it's just like defensive and buffing Golems and so on, right? So, how are we gonna do this? Yeah, let's start with the most important thing, and that is the jewels. Because the jewels will bring us the DPS we need for the Golems, and the playstyle the Golems have. Get everything adjusted by the jewels. So, the first thing we want to get is the Anima Stone, which says a maximum number of summoned Golems if you have three primordial items or equipped, goddammit, or items equipped, okay? Because the jewels, or at least the jewels are primordial, and also my Coral Amulet, the Primordial Chain, is also a primordial item. So that gives me one additional Golem, right? So we have basically 9 Golems. Well, at the moment we have 7 because of this one. We put that one out. But you have 7 Golems, right? You can have 1 in general. Then you have 3 more Golems from your amulet, makes it 4. One of these is 5, and then we have Ascendancy. We have Leech of Primordial gives you 1 Golem, and also the Elementor gives you a Golem. Makes it 7, I think. Can up to +1 number if you have 3. Where do I get the rest of the items? Okay, Clay Shaper makes it 8 Golems. Do I forgot something? Yeah, basically whatever. You have 9 Golems, okay? So there is somewhere a Golem hiding somewhere. Anyways, so you have the Anima Stone, which gives you additional Golems. Then you have the Primordial Eminence. I use 2 of them, I think, or is it 3? Primordial Eminence. Yeah, I'm running 3 of those, but 2 is basically enough. This will give your Golems more attack speed, and also the buffs they grant you will be increased, and they have more armor, so more survivability. And of course, they stack up. The next thing, which is actually very, very important, is not Harmony. It's where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hello? Let's just put all the gems out, and we're gonna see where the one is that I'm actually looking for. God, here it is, a Primordial Might. This one says your Golems are aggressive, and this is the one that makes them go completely nuts in maps, where you just open a door and they all charge in and just blow everything up. That's like pretty insane. So you really want to get the Primordial Might just to activate those Golem playstyle, right? And then we have quite a bunch of Primordial Harmonies. Do we have one more? I think we have one more. Yeah, here's one more. So 7 in total. So those things will give your golems increased cooldown recovery speed, and also the skills of the golem more recovery speed, and increase golem damage for each type of golem. So we're running 4 golems, it's like 80%, right? And they have more life regen. But for me, like, golems are super insanely tanky, right? So yeah, these are the jewels, basically, that make everything work. So the more jewel slots you get, we basically just go for jewel slots, if you see here. Like, you start as a witch, you go over here, take like heart and soul while leveling, then you go up here, take the first jewel slot, some more life. We only have a few actually minion talents on the tree. Then we go more life, and then we start jewel slot, here, jewel slot, here, jewel slot, jewel slot, jewel slot. Okay, all you do is jewel slot. So I'm level 88 now, so the next couple of points would actually go in Heart of Winter, Heart of the Warrior, and then we go down Warrior's Blood, and then, I don't know, take Life and Armor, or Diamond Skin, or even go Juggernaut in here. So basically this is the amount of jewels I'm running, so you can skip those 5, I think. But yeah, whatever, right? And then I have one Might of the Meek over here to have an insane life boost for the Scion life cluster, right? And also resistances and attack speed, whatever. Check. So this is how it actually works. Let me put them in here. This one over here. I mean, where they are doesn't really matter, right? It's just jewel slots. But they buff up your golems by quite a ton. Okay, the next thing I want to go through... Wait a second. Ascendancy we said, right? But we're gonna do it again just to make sure. First thing you want to do is Leech of Primordial. Second is Elemancer. This is this gives you +2 golems, right? That's why we actually go Elementalist. And then you can go Shaper of Desolation, Beacon of Ruin to have easier time at delving, and also like more damage, right? And yeah. Oh god, here is one and here is one. Okay, back to my golems. So, in terms of gear, I'm running, just an average helm with effect buff from your stone golem, so we have more life regeneration, right? So basically search for like minion gems, or if it's an elder helm, like minion damage, minion life. And minion damage is not really mandatory, because this helm has our stone golem, lightning golem, and chaos golem buff setup. Like, okay, so they don't really do damage, they do like 20k DPS, but the ice golems do like 250k DPS per golem, right? That's insane. And yeah, empower gem, or yeah, like I said, like minion life, so they just survive longer, because yeah, we are just want to have them for buffing our ice golems and buffing ourselves. Then we have the Clay Shaper, look for increased maximum life of your minions. Then you have one additional golem, right? Nothing too fancy. Setup is Orb of Storms, Curse on Hit, and Enfeeble. You can also run, Blasphemy, something. If you're not reserving too much mana, if you don't run with Determination, you can do something like that. But you can play around with the settings, or just read through the build guide, basically on the written guide, to see more information about that. Then we have the Skin of the Loyal, mostly because of plus level of socketed gems. Before I had this armor, I was just using my Tabula Rasa with 1 level socketed gems. So this is just a little bit more survivability because of 100% increased global defense, right? So that will buff your Ice Golem to level 26, because you have level 21 Golem plus 1 level of the chest plus an Empower level 4, which gets another level from the chest, so it's an Empower level 5 basically, right? And yeah, setup is minion damage support, multi-strike, maim support, summon ice golem, Empower support, and melee physical damage, right? For mapping, you can, I don't know, like get rid of your Empower and get like melee splash or something, because I don't think that you need like more than 1 million DPS if you're just going mapping, right? Check. One of the core items is definitely Primordial Chain Amulet, which gives you 3 additional golems. And here you're gonna look for the lowest stats possible, because you get more golems, but your golems are weaker in general, right? Because like golems deal less damage, golems have less life, so it goes from 45 to 35, so you want to have the lowest, so they get nerfed the least, let's say, okay? So this is definitely one of your core items. Other than that, we have the Victorious Charity, which is a pretty nice shield because we get power and frenzy charges. But wait a second, we don't actually kill. Yeah, That's why you have this thing over here, Necromantic Aegis. All bonuses from equipped shield apply to your minions instead of you, okay? So, since the shield gives us power and frenzy charges, our golems will get power and frenzy charges and will do even more damage. Isn't that, like, great? I love it. Yeah, cast 1 damage taken with Immortal Call and Convocation. Convocation is basically, if I just put cast 1 damage taken out, can we actually cast it manually? Yeah. So, how this works is when you get damage, you get a small period of time Immortal Call, so you're immune to physical damage, and Convocation will spawn all your golems to you, right? So if you get a massive hit, then all golems are summoned to you and then start to DPS from there on, right? So I'm having here level 1, level 3, and level 5 Convocation. Check, that's pretty cool. Brings just resistances and life, pretty much, because, yeah. There is no reason we go for any kind of damage, because we are not doing damage, right? So just life, resistance, whatever. Gloves, Commandment of the Pit, which is actually a pretty insane gloves, but the thing you want to have is not the Arcane Surge buff, so you can just have one Abyssal slot and just socket a Ghastly Eye into it, so our minions have accuracy, and 1000 accuracy is a ton, because our Ice Golems are melees, right? So that will help you DPS quite a lot. For slots, I have here Hatred with Generosity, so our golems get Hatred, not me, right? And yeah, you want to have a Ghastly Eye as a set for the accuracy bonus, but try to look for life, and what is actually very, very insane, if one of those have like chance to blind, and the other one has like chance to taunt. Because as you saw in Minotaur, he was actually never going for me, at least just a few times. But most of the time I was just standing there and getting shredded by the golems, right? So taunt on hit is something very insane. If you have like 2 slotted like I have, then you can actually go like with blind on hit as well. That will help also like to blind the enemy, right? For the belt, you just go for life. Maybe an Elder belt like I have with increased maximum life and yeah, resistances, something like that. Same for the boots, right? I choose to go with the Regen enchant because, like anything else, what do I need damage for in my character if my golems do the damage, right? So you get the idea how this is working, right? So just look for life, resistances, something like that. So this one has percentage of life regenerated. This is the fossil craft. I think it was pristine for life that I just spammed a couple of times on my boots. And yeah, I have here determination, increased duration support, portal, and face run. And that's because I don't really know what to run, basically. One thing you really want to do is hatred, just to buff your minions, right? But the other thing is, you lack of survivability in terms of physical damage reduction, because if you go higher delves, it happens often that you just get one-shotted, right? So we have like 5k life when the build is actually done, or at least you have better gear than I have, because I invested about 10 to 15 exalts, I think, roughly, for everything. You will still have like more life, and then will be easier, right? So I choose to go with determination to have at least a little bit more kind of armor, right? Because armor is the thing you actually want to try to look for. But hey, wait a second, you have 50% mana reservation on hatred and 50% on determination. That's actually bad, because I have a helmet with the bound fossil, I think. I think I used the 2 resonators with pristine for life and bound for the mana thing, I guess. And this gives you the stat 4 to 5% reduced mana reserved. And this is very important, so your 250% auras will actually only reserve 48%. And now we have like 35 mana left. That's enough to cast Orb of Storms and actually Face Rush, right? Because if you reserve both, then you can't even use Face Rush because you have 0 mana, right? Check. So, the next cool upgrade would be if I remove one of the... I think I would remove one of the Eminences and get a Watcher's Eye Jewel with like a double determination for like more flat life, flat armor, and also physical damage mitigation, right? But you can also go for Grace and something like that, okay? So I think there is quite some information on the written guide, but that's just what I can tell you as far as I played the build right now, right? Check. Gear, check. Gems, check. Ideas, no idea. Yeah, Flasks. So I use instant recovery life flask with immunity to bleed. You can also go, like, there's another one that gives you, like, full HP with the Chaos debuff, but we have enough life regeneration to actually use that, right? So another room is Concoction for, yeah, another layer of defense, basically. Sulfur Flask, I don't know why I'm actually using this. I think for Consecrated Ground to have more life regen, because as I said, damage giving Flasks is useless because we are not doing damage, our Golems do damage, right? A Quicksilver Flask with freeze immunity, what is actually not necessary since we get immunity to, like, shock because of Lightning Golem, we get immunity to freeze because of our Frost Golem, Ice Golem. I think it's somewhere here. Your Elemental Golems are immune to elemental damage, effect of buffs, where was it? You cannot be chilled, here we go. Ice Golem, you cannot be chilled frozen. Fire Golem, you cannot be ignited. Lightning Golem, you cannot be shocked. And yeah, basically you can get rid of your your Lightning Golem and take the Flame Golem for the Ignite buff, but I think getting ignited isn't that bad as getting shocked, right? So you can just switch them if you want. Check, Flasks and a Mana Flask, and this is a downside of the build that I don't really like, but hey, yeah, the summoning, and that's why I really say that it's not good to run physical reflect maps, right? But before we go into the last part of summoning and how this is working, we're gonna go for the Bandits. Bandits I killed all. Yeah, Bandits I killed all for skill points. And also Pantheon, I choose to go for Solaris just for additional physical damage reduction for single target. And yeah, Yugal at the moment just because of the Uber Elder I did yesterday. And yeah, Soul of Tukohama I would run usually maybe, I don't know, like, it's not really mandatory for this build at all, right? Check, 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 check. So, Golems. Now I show you the downside of it. If I'm actually dying, my Golems will stay. So not a problem, right? But if you're actually relogging to another character or something like that, you're gonna lose all your Golems. And this is something that is actually annoying, because I will show you a trick now. The Golem buff stack, okay? They stack, yes they do. And this is another thing why this is actually so insane. So if we're gonna take like our, yeah, wait a second. We have to remove my Hatred and Determination to summon my Golems. So let's drink some Mana Flasks. Okay, so let's start with the Stone Golem. You see they give 669 life regeneration. Oh wait, it's 699. Oh wait, 729. Okay, nice. It's not 750. Okay, you get the idea. So these stack. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna summon 9 times your Stone Golem to get more and more life regeneration. And yes, once they're summoned, it will stay like that. Okay, so you're gonna see that later. So we have 911. Sorry, of your life regeneration. So the next thing, we're just gonna do it with the Lightning Golems, because why not? This is fun, right? I mean, summoning those Golems are not too hard because they have like 72 mana cost. The problem is more like when you summon your Ice Golems, because they need a ton of mana, right? So you're just gonna summon these to have 9 times the Lightning Golem buff. Check. Now you're gonna do that with the Chaos Golems to get your 9 times Chaos Golems buff. Isn't that great? But yeah, you're gonna do that every time you log in, so that's actually, yeah, quite annoying. But hey, when you die, your Golems still stay, right? So that's actually good. Alright, 8 and 9. Check. So now we have 9 times of Chaos and Lightning and Stone Golems to buff them up. And now we're gonna summon our, yeah, Ice Golems. And they cost 282 mana. So that's actually a little bit annoying to summon. And that's the only reason why I actually have a Mana Flask on my gear. Just to summon them in a row, right? But as you see, they even cost more mana than I can regen. Okay, we have 6, 7... 8, 9. Okay, so now we have 9 Ice Golems. Now we're gonna summon our other Golems again, which is like Chaos and Lightning and Stone Golem. And as you see, we still have the life regeneration of the 9 Stone Golems we summoned in the start. Same counts for Lightning and Chaos Golems, right? So this is our final setup. We have 6 DPS Golems and 3 Golems that buff us and also buff the Ice Golems again, right? So this is basically the last setup. So, but that takes like quite some time. And then in the end, you're gonna put your Hatred in and your Determination. And then you have enough mana to cast like Orb of Storms and Phase Rush. Check, check, check. I think empty access, if you're wondering. I'm using a Celestial Hood that gives me that Grim Reaper style, the Wasteland Sword with the Forged Weapon effect, Infernal Wings, Ultimate Chaos Body Armor, the Ultimate Chaos Shield, Kitava Gloves, Kitava Boots with Ultimate Chaos Footprints, Kitava Portrait Frame, Demon King Portal effect, and the Celestial Character effect. And this is something very cool because it gives me that... I mean, it looks red, black looks cool too, but the Celestial effect gives me some ghostly effect, right? So that's why I actually love it. And then we have a ton of empty access. We have the Clockwork Golem. And yes, you need 1 MTX for each golem. So I had to buy 4 times the Clockwork Golem skin to get it on the Ice Golems, the Chaos, the Stone, and the Lightning Golem, right? Then we have Celestial Orb of Storms, Dark Immortal Call effect, yeah, Hatred nothing, and Determination nothing, because I think that looks like weird if this is on, basically. I think it looks, wait a second. That just destroys the beautiful image of the Grim Reaper. Yeah, that looks weird. I don't know. Sorry, GGG. That looks just weird. Okay, is there anything else I forgot? Like Bandits, check. Flasks, check. Gear, check. Gems, check. Gameplay, check. Skill tree, check. Predictions, check. Paste pin on the description below. And yeah, I don't know what to say more than just... If you have any more questions, just... leave me a comment in the comment section below and I'll try to answer them. But as I said again, this is my first Samana. If you're going to give me any detailed questions about Samana, I'll hardly can help you, I guess. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. See ya on the next video. And by the way, on today's stream we're gonna choose the next build. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure to check out the stream today because we're gonna vote for you guys gonna vote for the next build because the Summoner, I killed Uberella yesterday, the Summoner is done. Okay, pretty cool build, do it. But today we're gonna choose the next build. Okay, peace out.